Welcome to the one person in the chat. So I'm not going to be here long, but I did want to come and give some quick little messages that I just got, and a lesson that I got earlier about. Like I said, I'm not going to be here long. So I'm not going to wait for anybody to get in here if anybody's going to come in. So the lesson was about earlier. I was reminded of a lot of things that I need to be forgiven for. You know what I'm saying? On my path. Like, first of all, the full moon is in Pisces, okay? So I've been on Facebook and not just on Facebook, going through your little social medias or whatever and talking to, your different people and noticing people are emotional right now. People are heavy hearted. Some people are grieving. And we're all in a process of healing, and getting better, And so, and for those, we're all in the process of ascension, let's say that, okay? And so, I've had to humble myself, like, as far as like trying to be like, really like, who are you to be unforgiving, of anyone when there's so many things that you need to be forgiven for? Like, how dare you? Right? So, we need to really be mindful of like where we are on the path. You know what I'm saying? And what energy is driving us when we're saying and doing certain things. So we forget about the mirror, okay? And because that's what reminded me again today, like when I was in the mirror, and that's where, I really basically had to confront myself and was like, brought back memories of things, like I said, that I need to be forgiven for, and or that I'm going to need to be forgiven for, whatever things that you may have done or may not have done yet. Okay, but there's going to be things that you are going to want to be forgiven for. And so think about that when someone needs forgiveness from you, okay? Because it's a mirror. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. Like, everything, basically all the universe is doing is mirroring back your inner state of mind. And so what I feel with a lot of people, because with this Pisces moon, the last time the moon was in Pisces, okay, I remember I had a profound healing on that moon, okay, because I remember falling asleep and the water came, okay, all this water came, and like, because this was when I felt empty, okay, when I still felt empty, and all this water came and started filling me up. Okay, it was like I was at the bottom. If it was like when I could see myself sleeping, and then it was like I was at the bottom of this water, like this body of water, and then as this, I don't know what happened, I just started to rise. above the water instead of like being drowning in it or being up under it. I started to rise above the water. And I remember that next day when I woke up, I felt healed. I felt like I'm more filled up. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel as empty as I had felt before. You know what I'm saying? And so a profound healing had taken place on that Pisces moon because again, it's emotional, it's watery. You know what I'm saying? And so it's bringing back what I'm noticing with a lot of people, and even with myself, but with a lot of people who are probably not used to feeling these emotions. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I kind of felt the need to come on here, because I've had to like kind of touch base with a couple of people, and because they're feeling it really strongly, and I feel like a lot of people probably are feeling very heavy-hearted, feeling whatever, because what's coming up, because I told y'all that during this time, um spiritual debris was going to be coming to the surface to be released. And so that's basically what's coming up, y'all. A lot of stuff from the past that you may have been holding in your energy centers, it's beginning to move again now. And so it may be coming up to the surface right now during this watery moon time that's coming. Okay. The Pisces moon is not a joke. Okay. So it's a time of, completion of things. Whatever you've been having hanging in limbo, go ahead and tie up those loose ends. Go ahead and say those goodbyes. Go ahead and fix whatever you're going to fix. Go ahead and change whatever you're going to change. Okay. It's time to go ahead and like finish up whatever cycles that you're in and to begin new ones. Okay. To focus on yourself, on your own healing, on your emotional well-being, your emotional stability. Okay. Because again, it's a lot of water. Okay. A lot of water. But you can use that water also as healing, because that's exactly what happened with me. And I really felt like when that happened, because I saw it as a dream, I really felt like it was an angelic intervention that had happened for me at that time, because I was so empty. Okay. And because of the way that it happened, like I didn't feel like I did that. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like that happened for me. You know what I'm saying? That that it was divine intervention. And so okay. So I wanted to talk about it was something else that I wanted to bring up, because I'm feeling other people's energy. And like I said, a lot of you guys you're feeling, you don't know what you're feeling. Like the people that I was talking to on Facebook, they just knew that they were feeling these heavy emotions, and bringing back things that they thought that they would be able to uh, shove up under the rug or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Things that you pack down, things that you push down, you know what I'm saying, into your the subconscious regions of your mind or whatever. And when those things start to rise up to the surface, and you can't push them down, and now it's time to deal with it. This is the time where you'll see, like I said, a lot of completions, a lot of endings, but also a lot of new beginnings of if people decide to use this water in the correct way, then there will be a lot of healing taking place as well. You know what I'm saying? A lot of corrections happening. I'm feeling a lot of people's perceptions being corrected, as far as not fully understanding certain things, why certain things happened, um, whatever it is that you need in order to feel fulfilled, that you have whatever it is that you need to move forward. I do feel that this is coming with this water. Okay. So, because right now, y'all, I don't have anything written on paper. I'm going straight off, you know what I'm saying, off spirit right now, because I really wasn't going to come on, but I'm like, I can feel that someone needs this energy, someone needs this word. So I do have a eucalyptus candle lit here. Okay, and I'm sending love, healing frequencies. Okay, and joy and peace energies. Because I feel that someone needs it. not someone, we all need it, okay? We all need it. So, yeah, a lot of people are being humbled by their own karmic experiences that are happening. A lot of karmic relationships are also coming to an end, okay? Where, because I feel like a lot of people held on to their karmic relationships way beyond what it should have been. You know what I'm saying? And we've just drug out a lot of these things way beyond what they should have been. A lot of these completions, these cycles, and these endings, whatever that needs to be tied up. A lot of people have delayed those things, okay? And so it is because of your own like hesitation, your own fears, your own doubts at taking that leap, okay? So there's, the opportunity has not passed you, okay? Even though a lot of you probably feel that way, that's what I'm feeling. But that's just because this energy is coming in and it's confusing a lot of people, okay? And it's overwhelming a lot of people. And so, but it's also helping to heal and cleanse, okay? And it's helping to repair. So, I'm trying to remember. There was something specific that I came to see. This is why I like to write my stuff down. There was something specific, um it'll come back to me, y'all, because like I said, I'm just going straight off the dome. I did not want to write anything down because I decided to do this late because I've been all day like in a meditative mood, listening to meditation music, because I felt like I could feel and like I said, the moon isn't even here yet, okay? The moon is on the 2nd. So when I'm talking in real time, you guys, it's always a little bit ahead, okay? Just because I'm trying to prepare you, okay? So if you're not feeling this energy yet, then prepare for it when the moon comes, okay? So because it's definitely bringing with it some power, okay? It's cleansing, it's healing power, okay? But it's going to feel, as things are getting cleansed, the dirt is coming up. And so that's what's happening. So if you have dirt that's coming up, do what you need to do in order to get everything all shiny and clean, okay? And don't shove it back up under the rug, but actually clean it, okay? And do what needs to be done in order to fix it, okay? Moving forward. A lot of people, what needs to be done. I'm not even going to try to put it out there because you already know, okay? If you're getting this message, then the message is for you, okay? So I'm not going to try to tell you or spoon feed you, because lately, this is why I'm feeling like kind of check myself too, because I feel a lot of people get don't they, how can I put this? A lot of people, I feel, misunderstood, okay? Even by, some people in my family, some people that I've been very close to, misunderstood in the ways that I guess that I show my love, the ways that I guess it can come off as pushy or controlling, okay? Because it's like, I need people to understand that I'm seeing things ahead of time, okay? And so when you see things ahead of time, it's like, okay, so I can possibly try to prevent something, okay, some pain or something that that they're getting ready to, a mistake or something that somebody is getting ready to make. And I guess that's a mistake of mine, trying to think that I can always, what I'm saying, correct things that I see, what I'm saying, ahead of time. For other people. You know what I'm saying? I can do it if I'm asked to do it. But then some people feel infringed upon, even though your intention is to be helpful. You know, sometimes you need to just let people, because you can't stop people's other, basically you can't block people from experiencing their own karma, basically. And so it's basically like I'm always trying to, especially for certain people, you know what I'm saying, trying to go ahead of them to straighten the path. Okay. And for some of them, they just want to stay on the path the way that it is, and they have the right to do that. Like, I really don't have the right to be trying to as much as I would love to, and so I guess that's a part of me that um, people see as controlling, but I really feel misunderstood in that, because my intentions are always good. You know what I'm saying? I'm always moving out of love. Okay. So if anyone has felt offended by the way that I have chosen to, the way I have moved in your life, I do want to apologize. Okay. And so, because it definitely was not my intention for it to be received in that way. Okay. Because I've been thinking about a lot of things. Okay. But I was thinking about this friend that I had. I'm not going to say a name. I'm not going to say a name, but we were really close. Okay. This was a female friend, and we were really close. And this female friend was a narc abuse victim as well. Okay. So her mother had been very abusive growing up. And I guess we had known one another. We had known each other for about a year, okay, and we had been close throughout the whole year. A common thing that we do together um, is what brought us together. It was poetry, okay. I met her on the poetry set, and basically while I was doing some work for one of my brother's businesses, right, and so we had gotten really close, and we was doing things together, and she told me about her mother, and we had some things in common. And I remember, so then I started going through something with one of my family members that is a narcissist. Okay. Because this is what I'm seeing too, y'all. I'm seeing a lot of empaths now starting to question yourselves as whether you're the narc or not. Again, okay. Now I'm not doing this, but I saw Sweet Mom earlier, questioning herself, and I know that she's not a narcissist, but a lot of empaths do that. You know what I'm saying? Question yourself because you just don't want to be infringing on nobody else's. You know what I'm saying? Because if you felt that, then you want to make sure that you're not the one doing it. And so you be trying to check yourself and your behavior to make sure that you're not doing it. Okay. And so, you know what I'm saying? Because this friend, she had a narcissistic mother that was really bad. Okay. She had been through a lot in her, growing up. And um, so I was going through some stuff with one of my people that's a narc. And I was telling her about what was going on. And I guess to her, I was coming off as the narc, okay? Because of, I don't know, the way it was coming off. That's all I can say. And because it triggered her, basically. It triggered her. Maybe it was some of the energy from the person. I don't know. It was like, because you know how you talk to your friend every day or whatever, every other day or whatever. And then like, so in between my last talking to you, I done got into an argument with, this family member. Okay. So now I got this energy on me, or I'm mad or whatever. So the next time I come and talk to you, now I'm telling you about it. And somehow it triggered her. Okay. And so then all of a sudden now I'm the narc. And so now I gotta be, this was another, something that was really painful for me. And this was about how many years? What year was this? 2011, maybe 2010, 2011. So we got into an argument. Because basically she perceived me as being the narc when I was complaining about, you know what I'm saying? I guess maybe I was being narcissistic, but I don't see myself as being like that, because that ain't what had happened. Okay. I remember exactly what the situation that had happened, and it still is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And me being, where I am now, it was not that, but I see now how she was triggered by me telling her the story. And I felt misunderstood at that time as well, because I was not the narc at all. Like something was going on and I was being wronged, okay? And I hardly ever complain about anything, okay? But since this was my friend, okay, I felt like I could, share that with her. And I didn't realize that it was going to trigger her, whatever. And she just basically shut me out and felt like I was being narcissistic. And it reminded her of her mother. And basically that's our friendship basically ended around at that time. Okay, we had like a few little arguments back and forth, you know what I'm saying? And I'm the type of person that once I get hurt to a certain level, I just shut down. And so that's what I did on her, you know what I'm saying? And on everybody, you know what I'm saying? But she shut me down first. It was basically like, I'm putting you out of my life because you're acting, you being a narc like my mother. And I was like, but I'm not though. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not. Like, I'm telling you what happened to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I guess, because narcs do complain a lot and they play the victim a lot. You know, that she was, that was one time that I really felt like I was misunderstood. But what happened was at that time, uh, so basically, it's a little friend breakup. So it's not like, y'all were in no relationship or nothing, but it still hurt. Okay. Because when I love hard and it's real and it's genuine. Okay. So if I make a connection, it's a real connection. Okay. And I rarely allow, you know what I'm saying? I reach out and I send love, and I send healing. But into my intimate circle, into my private life, you know what I'm saying? Those are few and far between. Those people have to be very special. And everyone that I have let into my private life, I will say, going my whole entire life, I will say that each and every one of those people was very special. Okay, so I have been blessed to allow some of these people in. Now, I'm not saying that some of them wasn't wolves too. You know what I'm saying? You've gotten attacked at times too, but you have also been blessed with some very special souls and spirits that you also are able to come into contact with. And so, we need to be mindful of that as well, because I'm feeling a lot of people feeling pulled down because of the heaviness of this water that's coming in. Okay. And I don't want you to feel heavy because, you were doing just fine like a week ago. You know what I'm saying? You were doing just fine a few days ago. And so, you got to keep going, even though, this is just a heavy part of the path. Okay. But you got to get up and you got to keep going. Okay. You cannot allow it to pull you down. If you need to release in whatever way you need to release, go ahead and release. Okay. If there's something that that need to discuss with someone, something that you need to, I'm not talking about no twin flame. It could be that. Okay. But, not just that. Okay. Relationships in general, your friendships, your children, whatever, because I'm feeling like a lot of, people's stuff not being finished up, and this is what this moon energy is about. Go ahead and close those cycles. You know what I'm saying? Let things come to completion, because then new things can come in, and I feel that you're ready for newness. Baby, come give me something. Oh. I keep hearing that damn song. But anyway, so I really wanted to come in and like help try to, break up some, because it's not this energy, it's like a water. So it's not something that needs to be broken up, more so as it needs to be shifted or moved, okay, and used in the right way, as a cleanser, as a healing bath or shower, you know what I'm saying? Instead of drowning in it, okay? Instead of, being submerged in it, like I was on that last Pisces moon, okay? I don't know how many months ago that was, but I remember it very profoundly, because like I said, the healing that took place was profound. It happened overnight. I was exhausted, and anytime that I'm about to get an upgrade or whatever, if the angels are really going to do some work on me, especially physically, on like change something on my body or in my body or whatever, make some shift, I get put to sleep. Okay. And most of you you'll go to sleep, and it's happening when you're asleep. And I saw it though, as a dream, like, me being up under this body of water, and then I was still asleep. Okay. But I saw myself rising up to the, up to the top. And then, like I said, when I woke up, I wasn't drowning in emotions anymore. You know what I'm saying? It was like a healing. I felt it, like assistance. I had gotten, it was divine intervention that had taken place for me on that last Pisces moon. So these moons are very powerful for healing. Okay. And so, if there's strong emotions that are coming up, because they usually do with these watery moons, please don't push them back down. Okay, allow those emotions to be expressed. Okay, and understand, like, and let your first of all, let the first emotions that are going to come out that feel heavy, allow those to flow. Okay, allow those to flow, and in whatever way it feels like it needs to come out of you. You know what I'm saying? If you need to cry, if you need to scream, if you need to release in whatever way, you know what I'm saying? Do that. Put on some music. Put on when I'm done with this stream. If you're feeling any sort of anxiety, because I felt it trying to come on earlier, and I put on my meditation music, and it absolutely shifted the energy. Okay, and so make sure that you're doing things and not getting stuck, okay? Because I'm feeling a lot of people stuck in your heads, remembering things, going back over things. Well, stop doing that. It's time to move forward, okay? And so stop doing that, because you're just keeping yourself stuck and emotional. Your fears are coming up, your doubts are coming up. That's devil energy, okay? So I needed to come remind you of that, and to not succumb to that, because that is taking you in the wrong direction down the spiral, and you are going to feel that, okay? And I don't want y'all to feel that. So get back up, okay? Go wash your face, refresh yourself, take a bath, you know what I'm saying? Take a shower, and continue to march forward, okay? Suck it up, use that pain as fuel, and continue moving forward. Okay, it's just a hard part of the path. Okay, I told y'all it gets darkest before the dawn. Okay, and that right before your manifestations happen, you are going to get a big attack. Right before you get to that next level, this is when those biggest fears are going to come up. Okay, and so you have to be willing to stand 10 toes down and face those, because if you don't, it's the same lesson that's going to continue to keep coming back over and over again until you do the right thing, which is to stand in your faith and face those fears. Stand in your power. Okay? Not in the power of something that's coming from outside of you, but the power that is within you. Okay? That's greater than whatever it is that's outside of you. Okay? You gotta be willing to stand in your power. You can't, this is not an energy, my people, where you give your power away to other people, where you beg in somebody for love or reconciliation or any of that, okay? This is not that, okay? But this is a time where you are really taking your power back, okay? Where you are, allowing yourself to power yourself back up. You know what I'm saying? For yourself to be re-energized, for yourself to be reawakened, renewed, and rejuvenated, okay? And so don't allow, because this is heavy, you know what I'm saying, to get you stuck and to stop moving altogether. You can move through this water. Y'all know how to swim, okay? You can move through this. We got this. We got this. I promise y'all, we got this, okay? You are not alone, okay? With whatever you're going through, you're not alone. You have an entourage of angels, okay? But right now, there's one over your right shoulder and there's one over your left shoulder, okay? So right now, if you want the energies of Michael and Raphael, okay, to help you, all you got to do is ask, because they want to help you. Okay, so ask, just talk to them. Okay, I know y'all think I'm crazy because I talk to them, but I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? If you want the help, ask for the help. Okay, or whatever it is you believe in as a higher power. Okay, basically the archangels they are aspects of God. Okay, so people don't really understand their relationship to God, and they say that they're servants of God, which is true, but they are God. Like, they are, like, Michael would be the warrior aspect of God, okay, and Gabriel would be the voice of God, the throat chakra. He comes to heal the throat, okay? And Raphael would be that healing energy of God, okay? The love of God, okay? And so, so they are literally God light fragmented. I'm not going to say fragmented. Refracted is the word, okay? Refracted light, okay? And their energy from them is what makes rainbows and rainbow colors, and they each come with their colors, and the colors have their own vibration and their own healings and their own energies, okay? So this is why we work with colors, okay? When we're doing the, like color magic, when we're doing the candles, the colors, all this stuff carries a vibration and energetic signature that you can use, okay, for healing, and to get back in alignment with yourself when you are out of alignment, okay? And so when these watery moons come, sometimes a lot of people can be swept out of alignment because it's a lot of water, okay? But me, when I was, the last time I saw it, I was under it, okay? And I saw myself get, like, lifted up over it, and but the way it was moving, like, but I was like completely still, like I wasn't really shifting with it. I was just going, I was just letting it happen. You know what I'm saying? That's why I felt like it was divine intervention, because I just saw it happening, and the next day I felt it when I woke up. You know what I'm saying? It was like overnight healing. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that is what the same kind of healing that you can receive from this is a harvest moon coming, okay? In Pisces, okay? So the harvest is about, harvest. You know what I'm saying? It's about, getting your blessings. And so this is why you have to complete those cycles, because the completion of those cycles is you getting your blessings, okay? And then starting a new cycle on a new level. Okay, so right now, a lot of you are fighting with that devil at the door, trying to keep y'all from moving forward. Okay, remember my devil in the hallway? Yeah, a lot of you guys are, metaphorically being challenged by your devil in the hallway now to move forward. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a little nudge to go ahead and walk forward. Okay, and so you will have that courage to be able to do that when it's time to do so, and to take the actions that you need to take. When it's time to do that, okay? If you ask for divine assistance, the assistance will be given to you, okay? And you will know what to do, and you'll know when to do it, okay? And you'll be given the guidance that you need in order to move forward, okay? And so, thank you. And so, I do want to reiterate that I am sending out healing energies, okay? Love, light, okay? Peace, calm, relaxation, okay? Lay back, relax, get out of your head, okay? And allow the water to just flow through you. Allow the water to cleanse. Allow the water to bring those things up to the surface that need to be brought up to the surface, that need to be released. Allow those things to be released. Release. So right now we are listening to Jason Stevenson, chakra healing music. This is to remove all negative blockages and to manifest anything you desire and to release negative energy. Okay? So I do feel like, within each one of you, just like within me, through my heart center, there is a stairway, okay, that leads upward. But it's like you gotta get through it through using your imagination. So if you're not used to using your imagination because you think that it's immature or childish or ineffective, get back used to using your imagination to visualize the stairway, okay? Soon as you enter through your heart chakra, you can get on that, you can step on that first step, okay? And start going up. And it's beautiful, okay? It's beautiful. It's going up. You can see the light as you're going to it, okay? There's trees here. There's fairy light here. There's little ting ping lights, okay? There's prana in the air, okay, on the higher levels. So all you got to do is start going up those steps, those virtual steps that you are creating in your own mind, okay? Learn to use your imagination with the correct emotion behind it, And this is how you move yourself. This is how you turn the cosmic wheel. Okay, this is how you move the energy. This is how you keep from being lethargic. Move the energy, okay? So a lot of you are not, but I do feel it being received, though. I do feel it being received. Thank you. And you needed it, okay? And we all needed it. So let us thank the divine for providing what we need, okay? And understanding and claiming the fact that we always will have what we need, okay? Claim it. Claim it right now. It's yours, okay? Ashe. And so, so someone is receiving this healing, okay? Just let it keep happening. Whatever you're feeling, just let that happen, okay? Because you are being freed of some things. Allow the chains to break, okay? Because somebody is fighting against their own chains that's keeping them in shackles and keeping you from moving, okay? But I claim that those chains are broken. You can move. You will move, okay? So I just wanted to stop by, y'all, because like I said earlier, I had to humble myself as far as trying to be haughty with my forgiveness. Like, who am I to not forgive when there have been so many things that I have needed to be forgiven for, that I still will need to be forgiven for, okay? So, let us not get too haughty in with our forgiveness. But, let us ask that, just like in what's the scripture? Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. That is what was brought back to me earlier, because if I'm not forgiving people who have trespassed against me fully, then how can I ask the Most High to forgive me for the things that I have done? That's what that scripture means for you. So think about the things that you have done, because this is not about focusing on anyone else or what anyone else has done to you. Because, the truth is, at the end of the day, there are no victims. There are no victims. Everything balances itself out. Everything in the universe is in perfect balance. And if it's not in balance, then it's in the process of being balanced. And sometimes that process of being balanced doesn't feel all that good. If you're used to the imbalance, if you were profiting from the imbalance, if you were in any way benefiting from things being imbalanced, then when the scales begin to balance, then you're not going to be very comfortable until you do get comfortable in this new energy, okay? Because the energy is going to be new to you. You have gotten comfortable in an imbalanced state. So let me give an example of what that would look like. If you was like a male, because how people, they say it's a man's world, right? So, that imbalance of power, of love, okay? So, because when you're dealing with the masculine, you're dealing with logic, okay? And on this path, you know what I'm saying? Most of the feminines, especially, the twin flames, the empaths, a lot of you are so overly feminine. And I'm not saying that I haven't been and that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I am, what I'm saying, at times. But it's about bringing that into balance, okay? And so that overly feminine empath, and then the I don't want to keep calling the masculine a narc, because I do feel that with this Pisces moon and this water coming in, and I'm not going to tell anybody what to do with their situations. You know what I'm saying? I feel with mine, I just need to send love and healing energy into that, but I still have an intention to let that go. I want to move forward, and I don't see that being a part of my future. Okay, but I do want to heal it before I move forward and make sure that it's completely healed. And like when some people pass over, and someone needs to hear this. Okay, when some people pass over and their bodies or whatever, there's something in them that was still holding on to being unhealed. You know what I'm saying? In the 3D, and not their body, but their etheric body, um, anything in their emotional bodies. If they had been like sick or had like some physical ailment, in their physical body before they passed or whatever, and they still carry some of those energies with them when they pass over. They are basically being blasted with light, okay, from the realms of light. They get just blasted with light until everything that's discordant within the body, okay, and I'm talking about their energy bodies, okay, anything that's discordant, that's not in harmony, okay, with this, with the realm that they're going to, they get blasted with light from the angels until all of these things come into harmony, okay. So it's a profound healing process that happens if you pass over in a sick state, okay, or in a very low vibration. Because not everybody has to go here. This is like spiritual hospital, uh, but it's beautiful though. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. It's, people who have like a mentality, thought forms of sickness, okay, that have become um, solidified or personified, okay, and they weren't able to let that go before they passed. So there's this realm of light where they go to, and this is where they're getting more light than anybody, because that's what they need. It's like blasted with light, okay, from like all the angels, like harmonizing, because if there's a harmony that has to be achieved within that body, okay, and they're basically being healed, okay, they're being fixed. So don't think that these people cannot be healed, okay. Don't ever think that there's anything that you know because the love that what they're getting, the light that they're getting blasted with, is just pure God's love. That's what it is. They're being blasted with God's love, but it looks like light, okay, and that's what's filling them up. That's what's harmonizing everything. Is what brings everything back together, back into alignment, okay. So if anyone was worried about a loved one, this is where they are. They're being blasted with light, okay. And so once they're in harmony, they will be able to move forward, and whatever it is that their soul mission is, whatever it is that's written into their contract, okay. So I hope whoever needed that received that, okay, or you will when you need it. Oh no, yeah, exactly. Phoenix Rising. The journey isn't intended to be easy. We can't save everybody. We have to allow the universe to do its work and tune. Yeah, and so that's why I was shown the people who we worry about, like, if they passed and you don't feel like they didn't get all of their healing. Even after they pass, this is where they're blasted with the lights, okay? And I can see it. And so, because I remember when my cousin passed, okay, and it was my best friend, okay, because this is my cousin and then her sister, okay, so it was her sister that passed. So the cousin that's still alive, she has gifts too, and she had a dream about her. So this is her sister that had passed, okay, and this was a person. This was her sister was someone you would probably be worried about, like where they were going to go when they passed over. because she was, she was a rebel in this life. Okay, let's just say that. And so when she passed, you would be maybe a little bit concerned about where she would go if you had certain beliefs, that were, in your mind, whatever. And so you basically she was worried about her sister, and she had a dream about her. Okay. And the place where she went to, because she told me what it looked like, where she was at, because she said she went to her, okay, to where she was at. And she said they were all like, because it was other people there. Okay. My cousin, she's very gifted too, you know what I'm saying? And we're very close, you know what I'm saying? And she went to where her sister was at. Okay. And she said that she was on this big white bed, was with other people, you know what I'm saying? And they were waiting waiting their turn for something. I'm not exactly sure what they were waiting for, but she said that she was tired, like they were resting. It was like a resting place. Okay. But everything was like, there for them to rest. Okay. So I feel like there's a resting, like that is like right beyond the door to where she was at, is where they go to get blasted with the lights. Okay. So I think they rest. There's a resting, because she said there was other people there. Okay. Like she said, it was a huge bed, and the other people, everybody looked like they were sleeping, resting, not dead, but resting, sleeping. And she said she tried to get her sister up, like, was calling her name. And her sister was just like, I'm just tired. I just need this rest. Okay. And, so that's a place. Okay. So for some reason, I need to tell y'all about those places. Okay. And so they go there for the rest on that place. And this is divine healing. But even beyond that door, I feel is that realm where they're getting blasted with the lights from the angels. Okay. So first they have to rest, and then they get blasted with the lights, which is basically divine healing. The lights, when they're getting blasted, it just feels like, to me, oh my God, it feels like how I feel when I get it. I can't even, there's nothing that I can compare this to, but the best feeling for me is, I love me a hot bath, okay, because it's so healing. And so when I submerge my body in hot water, the healing is just like mama's womb, type thing. And so that's the closest thing that I can liken this feeling to, when they're getting the lights. But what they're getting is like 1,000 times greater than anything that I could be talking about here. Okay. And so it's a divine healing on a level that you can only perceive if you allow yourself to perceive it. Okay. But basically harmonizing everything back into place. Okay. Simply out of love, out of mercy, out of forgiveness. Okay. So but they have to go to that resting place. I'm not gonna say they have to. Okay, some people, I don't know what the process is, but I do know that resting place exists. And then I know that the place where they get blasted with the lights, those are real realms, and those are real things that happen, you know, beyond this realm. Okay, and so someone needed to also, receive that. Okay, for something to, someone needed that. Someone was questioning, or is questioning, like where the soul is. Okay, and so yeah, so Phoenix rising, but you're very correct as far as how the journey is hard. Okay, and yes, that's a good word for this place, because I felt like they it was a place where they were releasing everything that was making them tired, and holding them back, and holding them down, from moving forward. They were releasing those things in this place where they were resting. Okay, and they were receiving some level of healing here as well, but it was in the form of rest. Okay, and so You know, that's, I mean, even in this realm, our healings will come in the form of rest. Okay, so if you know, a lot of times if you've been praying, if you've been asking for something, and then all of a sudden you feel like, if you've been meditating, or you know, you've really been trying to connect with your angels or your spirits, and then suddenly you feel, or if you've asked for a healing, okay, or for intervention, and then you feel tired and you feel that you need to go lay down and get a rest, usually a healing is about to take place, or it is taking place, and it don't always take place overnight. You know what I'm saying? No, but you know, this is when they want to work on you. So you know, this is why you just need to just basically regularly get enough rest. Okay, so, yeah, so I just wanted to stop by with those things, as far as humbling yourself if you need to, check yourself if you need to, you know what I'm saying? But that was me having to check myself, as far as, you know, thinking that, you know, I have the right to not forgive a person, um, you know, even though, because of, you know, I'm feeling like, you know, what they did was too bad, or they hurt me too bad, or whatever it is. Um, think about the things that, you know, that you may have done, you know, in the past, that you may need forgiveness for, things that you have had to, you know, be forgiven for, and you know, just don't ever, you know, let your head get too big, and you know, let your ego get bigger than, you know, your spirit, you know, on this path. And so, and this was really just a reconciliation within myself. Another thing that happened in the mirror. Okay. So it wasn't like, you know, anything has happened. It was just like, I've been in the mirror, and really what happened was, coming in the mirror, um, some memories came up of things that I had absolutely forgotten. And that's what humbled me. Like, things that I had, you know, been forgiven for in the past, and then moved forward, and you know, thinking like, how could I ever have thought that I was going to not forgive somebody going forward, when I was offered divine grace in the form of forgiveness. Okay. That was the specific thing that I wanted to tell y'all about. Okay. It just came back to me because of the forgiveness that I was offered. Okay. I want to talk about Jesus. Okay. Because, you know, people, you know, I rarely talk about, you know, any specific religions. Okay. I might mention Buddha, you know, y'all know I love Buddha. Um, and you know, I mentioned little, you know, deities here and there, but you know, because I studied, you know, I try to study like all of them, you know what I'm saying, because I know there's truth in all of them. I know that it's a big puzzle, and that, you know, everybody has little pieces here and there, you know, or whatever. And I feel like, you know, the universe, God, source, whatever you want to call it, is bigger than, you know, what you're going to ever be able to wrap your mind around. So basically what you're trying to do is, you know, encompass as much of it as you can. Okay, try to understand as much of it as you can at a time. Okay, so it's a path that you go down. You can't get it all at once, but you can get it, you know, as you're moving down the path, in you know, pieces that are consumable for you, you know, at that time. So you're growing at a steady rate. So it's basically like, you're not gonna get all the growth at once, but you know what I'm saying, you gotta, you know, it's a process. Okay, and so basically, I want to talk about Jesus, because people, whether or not Jesus is real and Jesus exists, okay, and you know, and you know, whether or not, whether, you know, I was religious, I have been religious before, you know what I'm saying. Of course, I feel that my path of spirituality moved me through the church. Okay, and so, yeah, I was raised in the church. But and I'm not saying, is Jesus, do I believe Jesus is real? This is what I will say. I don't even want to put it like that. Okay, this is what I want to put it like. How can I say this? How can I give y'all my experience without saying too much? Okay, I will say this. I have met Jesus, okay, quote unquote Jesus, and what y'all call Jesus, okay. That picture, and I'm talking about, I'm not talking about Caesar Borgia, okay, not the, you know, not the picture or whatever, but there is I don't know what to, you know what I'm saying, there is an avatar, okay, that looks like that white picture of Jesus, and I'm not talking about the Caesar Borgia, picture. Okay, I'm talking about Jesus. Okay, and I have to talk about this because it was one of my biggest things that I needed to be forgiven for, and I can't continue down my path without acknowledging this absolutely profound. I mean, I don't even want to, you know what I'm saying? The interaction that took place between me and I know that this was who y'all would call Jesus. And yes, he looked like a white man, okay, with the deepest piercing blue eyes that I've ever seen in my life. Okay, so am I calling that the Jesus from religion, from the Bible? You know, on some levels, you know what I'm saying? On some levels they match, you know what I'm saying? But this, you know, I'll tell y'all, you know, basically I was getting ready to make the biggest mistake of my life, okay, that would have absolutely ruined my life, okay? And this person intervened, okay? And with basically hardly any words, you know, offered me the deepest forgiveness, the deepest direction, okay? I mean, a very strong guidance, a very strong word, and just all the love in the world, y'all. When I looked in his eyes, I saw the sky. Like it wasn't no eyes like a regular human being. Okay. His eyes were like the sky, but like illuminated. And so you know that this was not you know, and I'm not making this up, y'all. I just never talked about it because it was something that I never talked about. Okay. I was never going to talk about it. And I'm still not going to talk about it until I am going to talk about it. But you know what I'm saying? I am going to talk about it because it needs to be talked about. But I'm not going to tell the story just yet. Okay. I am going to tell the story though. I definitely plan to share it. Okay. But not just yet. Okay. But because this story is, I mean, absolutely, like I said, the path that I was on and the move that I was getting ready to make absolutely would have shifted my life into a different place for the rest of my life. Okay. A place that I wouldn't have wanted to be. Okay. And so this is when I would say, quote unquote, Jesus. And I'm not calling it Jesus from the Bible. And I'm just using Jesus because this person, this angel, this being, he looked just like Jesus. Okay, the picture of Jesus that they be saying, but more illuminated. He was real. He was real, a real person. Okay, but the eyes, it was like it was God. Like you could see I saw. I can't. There's nothing to explain what I saw in his eyes, like the universe, the his eyes were blue. Okay, they was the deepest blue, illuminated blue that you will ever see. Okay, so if anyone else has had this experience, if anyone else has encountered this being, okay, or am I just, you know, because I never thought that Jesus looked like that. You know what I'm saying? I never did. Okay, and so this is not like an archetype that I'm pulling up out of my anything from religion or anything like that. I never accepted that Jesus looked like that. But I'm telling y'all what I experienced, okay? A very powerful interaction with this. I can't call him a human because I know he was not human. He was greater than human, okay? But he had the visage of, you know, a white man and it was all the compassion in the world that was in his eyes, and they were blue. In those eyes, they offered you healing. They offered you grace. They offered you divine grace and forgiveness. And I had to be reminded of him today in that situation, you know, because I forgot about it. I just kept going and, you know, kept going. And you know, basically, I was very grateful And, not saying that I wasn't grateful and everything that day, but it's like, it was something that I didn't want to keep thinking about. Okay. That had came that close to doing something stupid. Right. And so it just came back up today with the water. Okay. Because like I said, this is not happening maybe for some of y'all yet because the moon ain't here yet, but I can feel it. It is here. The energy is here already. Okay. And so, so the water, when water comes, because it's a Pisces moon, it stirs things up, and it's cleansing. The water it's just like picture a water hose or whatever, or no, not what is that? Power washing. It's like power washing. Okay. And so ain't that what that stuff is called? Power washing. The very, when it's the very powerful current of water that like blasts things away. Okay. That's what it's like when the spirits get blasted with light, but it's light. It's this very, very extremely bright God, God force, life force energy. The brightest lights that you will ever see, the brightest colors that you will ever see, the most vivid, healing colors and stuff that you will ever see, that help you to realign yourself with your true self. Okay. Because your true self is of these realms of light as well. Okay. You just forgot. You just got lost in the sauce. And so I feel like I'm rambling because I'm I don't know what's being said here. Okay. So I do though. I do, because I feel like I was just talking about the Jesus character, and I don't even want to say character. I just feel like people need to know that, and I don't call him, I don't know if his name was Jesus, you know what I'm saying? I really don't, but I would say that he looked exactly like how he looks like the pictures of Jesus that they show you, and but this was real though, you know what I'm saying? And he saved me for something in real damn life in real time, so I know that I didn't imagine it. Okay. And so I just feel very blessed for the interactions with these powerful beings that I have been blessed enough to meet on my path. Okay. Because who gets to do that? Right. And so I still don't know, or maybe it's me just not accepting, but this man was a white man. Okay. And and I feel like, because we ain't talking about like, Jesus like from the Bible, because I don't want nobody's mind to get locked into no type of archetype about what the spirits look like, because spirits can manifest in any whatever kind of way that you need, you know what I'm saying, for them to look like. Okay. The thank you, Urban Alchemist. So basically, whatever spirit that you're calling on. Okay. So if you're calling on the Most High, understand that can manifest as in whatever visage that you need it to look like. And so don't spend time arguing about what it looks like. Okay. It's more important to really know what it feels like. Okay. And how it affects you. Okay. This is how you recognize love. This is how you recognize God. This is how you recognize truth. Okay. By the way it feels, not by what it looks like. Okay. So this is why I feel like when the Most High showed up to me in this vision, I feel like he used that Jesus archetype to show me, you know what I'm saying? Show me that I can show up as anything for you. Okay. I don't feel like this is how, but I feel like, yes, he has showed up for some people like that, because he showed up for me like that. Okay. And it was basically it's a lesson, and it was a message that I was to carry forward. Okay. To let y'all know that, if y'all believe in the Most High, then understand that he can show up as any deity that you think is under him. Okay. Because all of these are creations. Okay. From his mind. Okay. His and her, God. Okay. The Most High is both is the male and the female together. It's one. Okay. So when we call God, we're talking about mother and father God as one. Okay. That is what is God. Okay. When you put those together, that's what makes God. Okay. And so you can't say, he or her. When we say he or her, it's just for lack of a better word, okay? So we're not assigning it to a masculine or a feminine. So understand that God can show up to you as a feminine figure, a masculine figure, black, white, okay, Asian, whatever, anything that's here, God can show up to you as that, okay? Because that don't, God is the life force animating everything, okay? Even the trees, the grass, it's in the wind, everything. So you have to wake up to that and not paint yourself into corners by being stuck in certain religious practices and certain things. You have to allow things to shift and move. And if you got enough of that particular thing, then add something to it. You know what I'm saying? Learn some more, learn something else. Don't get stuck, like say, so what I'm trying to say is, like, if you're like a Christian or whatever your religious practices is, if you feel like you need a shift in energies right now, a good idea would be to maybe begin learning some other religious texts, because basically what it does is, and not saying that you throw away what you already know, you integrate that, what works for you, and then you keep it, but then you start adding to it. Okay, you start learning more, you start going deeper down the rabbit hole, because this is how the path lays itself out before you, by your curiosities, by the things that you wish to learn about, the things that you wish to know. It's your spirit, it's your higher self that's putting those curiosities in your mind and telling you to ask this question, to go find out about this, to go research about that. Okay, and that is what your path looks like. It looks like a path of learning. Okay, and you know that's why I talk about the happy learner. Okay, we should be happy to be learning these things. We should be happy to be, someone is or that there's any conduit that is feeding us this information. Okay, because we need it. Okay, a lot of people, because this is the only way that you're going to grow. Okay, is if you eat. Okay, so you need to be fed. So looking for whatever it is that you need, and that coming through a specific conduit for you, that's a reason to be grateful. Okay, that's a reason to have hope that, what I'm saying, that what I need is going to come to me. What I'm saying? Whatever information I need, whatever directions I need, what I'm saying, whatever energies that I need. Okay. So by the way, I do have some candles lit here. Okay, and I have a eucalyptus candle lit specifically um, for me, sending out this energy of healing. Okay, this energy of calm, this energy of peace, because I feel some people are, with this Pisces moon coming in, is bringing in strong emotions, and so some people are just not used to feeling those. Okay, and so it's or overwhelming for some people. For some people, it is crippling. And some people, I feel like some people are just being stuck by it, and not being able to move forward. And so I just wanted to come on and try to help move forward. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, that's what it is. And so, but when I saw it outside of me, exactly, it's speaking to, through me right now, Phoenix rising. But for people on a certain level of experience, this is how they need to get it. This is how they need to receive it. Because it's how they will experience it, because that's the level that I was on when I experienced it. Okay, that way. So it appeared to me to look just like that, and I feel like it did it so I would uh, not be mistaken at all for what this was. But I wasn't mistaken at all for it, because of, I will never forget what I saw when I looked in those eyes. You know what I'm saying? I will never forget what I felt. You know what I'm saying? And what washed over me. Because like I said, there was very little words that was said. It happened through the eyes. Okay? And absolute grace, okay, that was offered to me when I was about to, like I said, I was getting ready to turn down the wrong path. Okay? And so And it wasn't anything like what y'all probably thinking about, or you know what I'm saying, imagining. It wasn't anything like what people probably imagined it or would want to imagine. But and I will tell the story one day. It's just a reason why that story has to be told in the future, okay? And I will tell but I will share it. But I had forgotten about it because, like I said, when certain things affect me on a certain level, I block it out. And so, not block it out, but well, I guess I did. It is block it out. You push it down, you forget about it, you don't think about it, and so that came up, okay, to be released and to be remembered because it was a very profound interaction that happened, and for some reason, some people needed to know that, because I feel like whatever it is that you are experiencing, you question it and you doubt it, okay? And so I feel like you should not be doubted. Don't question it because you know the truth by the way it feels, okay? And when you recognize that, run everything through your heart space first. Then you will always know the truth. You won't be lost. You won't be, you know what I'm saying, disillusioned about someone, a person's nature, a person's intentions towards you. Run everything through your heart, okay? And don't allow your mind to, sway you from that. Because, like I said, I think about the times when I probably should have done something, and I let my mind say, well, no, I'm not going to do that. I talked myself out of it, okay? And so, be very aware of your feelings, hyper aware of your feelings, and being sure to balance it out with logic. Okay, you don't want to become over emotional. Okay, because then it's about balance. Okay, and so what's coming in is a very over emotional energy. Okay, and so I just wanted to try to prepare people and try to show you that you can use this energy though, for healing, okay, for healing, and not be overwhelmed by it and not see it as because some people, because I was talking to a couple of people earlier on Facebook, and they're going through a lot, and they're dealing with a lot, and I'm trying to help them get through it because it's hard. It's really hard when you don't have any understanding of what's happening, like when you're not a spiritual person. So I couldn't go to them and say the things that I'm saying to y'all because, it would be over their heads. These people are not spiritual. And so you have to find some other type of way to communicate the message to them. You know what I'm saying? On their level where they're going to be able to receive it. Okay, and not think that you are crazy. So you know what I'm saying. And so having to move around in that way, but it ended up being successful. I ended up being able to get through. I ended up being able to help. Okay, and it was also very humbling for me, like I said, because it brought up stuff within me where who am I to think that I can be like this, like I feel like God ain't even like that, okay, to say I'm not going to forgive you because if I was forgiven, like what I'm saying, when you think about the things that you have been forgiven for, okay, you don't have the right to withhold forgiveness from somebody else, okay? And so that's what that little scripture means, okay? Forgive us our trespasses is what we as we forgive those who trespass against us as part of the prayer, okay? And so that's what that means, okay? So basically, you will be forgiven for your mistakes as you forgive those who have, what I'm saying, who have made mistakes in your life, okay? That's how it works. So forgive, okay? And don't think that that's something that you can withhold or that you should ever withhold um, until someone meets a certain condition, okay? Because we have all felt at times like maybe I'm not gonna say we have all felt it, but people have maybe felt that they have messed up so bad they can't fix it. They have we have all had a time when we hoped and wished and prayed that someone was going to forgive us. Let's just put it like that. Okay. We have all had those times. Okay. Some of y'all are having it right now, but you know what I'm saying? We have all had those times when we hoped and wished and prayed that someone would try to understand our point of view and forgive us. Okay. Even though we, may have thought that we did so much that we couldn't get it back. Okay. It couldn't fix or whatever. We prayed and hoped that someone would forgive us. Okay. And if you haven't had that, then you know what I'm saying? There will be times in the future where that still can happen. Okay. You are going to need to be forgiven. Okay. For something. And so you know what I'm saying? It's very important that you learn this lesson to forgive other people and not withhold that, because when you do it, you're holding both of y'all a prisoner to that. Okay. So just like when they hurt you, they hurt themselves. Okay. When you fail to forgive them, you're also failing to forgive yourself. So let this process complete itself in this Pisces energy. Okay. Let this water come through and let it cleanse and purge the rest of whatever debris that you have. Let it wash it on out. Let it power wash it on up out of there. Okay. Because actually, like I said, I didn't even realize that was still there. I had forgotten about it, because you know what I'm saying? It's something that you want to forget about. But it's also something that you want to remember, because I was made to remember it because of the interaction and how beautiful it was, and how the thing that I needed to take from that was the forgiveness, the grace that I was granted in that moment. Okay. And how my life was put back on course. You know what I'm saying? And I really wasn't never off course. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't off. I was just getting ready to go off. Okay. And then he stepped in. And you know what I'm saying? Didn't let that happen, but showed me what would have happened had I, made that move. And so it was like, it was surreal. Okay. But because of the situation, I had, what I should have took from it was the grace from it. Okay. And so I'm going to take that right now. Okay. So I received that and thank you. And I want to bless y'all with it as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to share this divine grace. Okay. And because I feel, and this is probably someone who's not even in here right now. Okay. Not saying that someone in here right now can't receive the message, but I feel this message is for someone who's going to come across the video later, as far as, forgiveness. Because there's someone who needs to be forgiven. Okay. And they are so scared. Like, this person is scared to death. And I don't know what they did. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to try to tap too deep into it, because, when someone is fearful, you know what I'm saying? I'm just sending healing. Okay. It's just send healing to the people that need it. Y'all know who it is. And the way you send it is just send it from your heart. You know what I'm saying? It's literally love energy. It's compassion. Okay. Because this is the energy that heals, and also send that energy down into the earth. Okay. When you put your hands on the earth, when you can consciously send it into the earth. Okay. Send it into the trees. Okay. Just send it. Okay. Make sure that this energy is circulating in the air, that it's being shared, that it's being exchanged. Okay. Because, we have to basically, how can I override the current? Okay. The status quo. Okay. So basically, if you're trying to bring in a higher level of higher, frequencies, okay, higher vibrating frequencies coming in, higher energies, higher levels of light coming in, okay, more love, more light, more healing. You're trying to bring that in. There's an adjustment that has to take place. Okay. And so, you know what I'm saying? That's the adjustment that has to take place emotionally. It's an adjustment that has to take place in your perception. You know what I'm saying? So that you can, because you will be moved to a new world. You know what I'm saying? If you ask and it is given, when you ask, it will be given. But you have to make that adjustment to be able to even perceive the newness of your world. Like, at that time when I was given that grace, I recognized it for what it was, but only now am I fully recognizing it for what it was and fully being able to fully receive it right now, okay? Because of whatever was going on in my mind at the time, okay? And so, you know, because this was something that had to do with well, I'm not even gonna go into it, okay? I'm not even gonna go into it. I will share that when the time is right, okay? But um grace, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people are going to need that in this time because, when these moons come, again, it's about completion. It's about, you know, completion and beginning new cycles. But the completion is so important right now for a lot of people. And that is, that's the part where the forgiveness needs to take place for a lot of people with themselves, with their other. Okay. And some people, okay. So it's working. So somebody's doing it, okay? So somebody's doing it, and somebody's receiving it, okay? And somebody's receiving it, and they will receive it, okay? So it's a healing that has to take place, okay? And basically, it's just an adjustment of it's a perception correction. It's an alignment of you with your heart center. And it's not going to be as hard as some people fear, because I feel like a lot of people have fear and doubt that's happening. And those things that you fear and you doubt, that those things are not going to materialize. That's just residual energy. Okay, so let that go. Let that go. And move forward. Okay? Move forward. It's just like how my spirit had to push me forward, when the devil was trying to keep me from going forward. My spirit had to give me a little nudge and say, he ain't got no power. Go ahead and walk. I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm right here. I'm right here. Go ahead and walk. You know what I'm saying? Move forward. Make those moves. Make those phone calls. Make those, you know what I'm saying? Whatever actions that it is that you need to take to get yourself back in alignment with yourself, do that. Okay? Because nothing, whatever it is that you're losing in the process, or let me say, whatever it is that you're letting go of in the process, it's not worth holding on to. Let it go. Let it go. Okay? Um, Especially the unforgiveness. Okay? Especially that. Okay? Because with the unforgiveness, neither one of you is moving. So, they may be where they are and you where you are, but neither one of you is moving. Neither one of you is shifting. Okay? So let that go. Even if they don't know that you've let it go, when you let it go, I mean, even if you haven't, you can't like see them and let them know that you've let it go. When you let it go, they will feel that release, because it's basically you holding both of y'all, you know what I'm saying, prisoner to it, the unforgiveness. Okay. And so let it go. And I feel like people will be letting this go. Okay. And that is the blessing that I'm receiving right now, is that some people, when they get this message, they will receive it and they will let go. Because a lot of the people, when they get it, it's right at the time when they've been holding on to it for a long time. Okay, they've been holding on to it long enough, and they're ready to let it go. They just need somebody to do that little nudge and say, let it go. Somebody be the voice of spirit to say, let it go. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? That was a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Let it go, because it's holding you prisoner, because you need to move forward, because you need to see a change. You know what I'm saying? Because you need to feel this change, because you need to allow this change to happen. Okay? You're holding on to something that you don't need. You know what I'm saying? It's not helping anything. It's not fixing anything. Okay? The path to healing begins with forgiveness. Fully forgiven. Okay, so until you have fully forgiven, you will keep coming back around to the lesson until you have fully let it go. When you have fully let it go, then new things will start to happen. Okay, because you will have basically moved yourself to a different level of experience, okay, beyond that pain. And that's where we're trying to get you to, okay, get us all to, okay, beyond the unforgiveness, okay, because that unforgiveness it is comprised of just pain that you're holding on to. Let it go. It's going to feel good to let go, okay, and allow you both to just so whoever it is that are holding in unforgiveness, try to, because this is what they're wishing, that other person, they are hoping and praying some kind of way that they can be forgiven, okay, they are hoping and praying that they will, some kind of way you will find it in your heart to forgive, okay. And so I just wanted to, because I feel like someone needs to know that, okay? That's what's in the other person's heart. They need to know. They are hoping and praying because they feel like they messed up so bad, okay, that they can't be fixed. But who are you to not forgive when you have been forgiven or you will be forgiven? No, there's not a person in here who has not been forgiven, okay, for something, who has not needed forgiveness at some point, who has not hoped and prayed that somebody was going to forgive them. Somebody was going to understand, try to see things from their perspective, because that's all it takes in order to forgive a person, is to be able to understand why they did what they did, And so when somebody, when it comes down to like situations like getting ghosted, that's a hard one, because that's what you never feel like you got. And so that's what makes it hard to forgive, because it's like, this person didn't care about whether somebody understood their side or not. This person, but that's what it looks like, but that's not really the truth of it. Okay, that what you're looking at when a person is ghosting is fear in action. Okay, that person is literally running away from something that they fear due to some trauma that's related to it. Okay, so it's like thought association. So basically, if they associate this feeling that I'm beginning to feel for this person with the feeling that I felt for, my mother, who passed away when I was 5 or whatever, and that excruciating pain that I will never forget, and I vow to never ever feel this way about somebody ever again, then when I start to feel that feeling again, I'm gonna run away from it. I'm not gonna allow that to happen. Okay, so certain things, you know what I'm saying, that traumatize someone as usually as a child, but not always as a child. But when someone has been traumatized, especially emotionally, this is what creates runners, emotional trauma. Okay. I'm not saying it only has to be emotional, but the emotional trauma is what most runners are running away from. Okay. And that hypnotic rhythm that's locked into their minds about that trauma. And so when they're reliving that, over and over again with different people. So with ghosting, like, you're probably not the first person that they've ghosted. But for some people, if you are a light worker, prayerfully, you will be the last. Okay? Because there is healing available here in this energy. There is healing. There is life beyond the unforgiveness. There's life beyond the pain. You know what I'm saying? There's life beyond what you can see, right in front of you. So I know that some of these people have done diabolical things. Okay. Some of y'all, we talk on an intimate basis. So I know what some of you guys have been through, and I know, you know what I'm saying? But I'm asking, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm taking this journey, that y'all try to find it in your hearts to forgive, because that other person is a part of you. Okay. And they need it. They need it, and you need it. Okay. And so just let it go. That's all you got to do. In whatever part of yourself that you're holding it in. Okay. Because, I see, like a virtual hand, but it's not your hand that you're holding it in. You're holding it in your energy, some energy center. one of your chakras. Okay. And so release, and I mean, and basically you can tell yourself to do it. You can tell how to do this. Okay. You know how to do it already. You just got to remember. Okay. And it's something that, um, maybe sometimes you have to consciously talk yourself through it. Okay. Until you get back, until you remember. Okay. But this is the work that you should be doing on the spiritual level. If if you feel like you're trying to heal or, complete a cycle of toxicity, or try to close this cycle, to try to start a new cycle, because I feel a lot of people wanting to start a new cycle, but they haven't closed that last one. So this is why you haven't been able to move forward. And a lot of you are hesitating due to doubt and fear. Okay. Some of you are literally fear your own success. Okay. You just go forward and get it. But it's like, I've never been in this particular realm before. I've never experienced this particular level yet. So it's a little bit, scary for some people. But I encourage you to walk forward. Okay. Because ahead of you is your blessings. Okay. Walk forward into your blessings. Okay. And receive it. Okay. And so I'm not going to ramble too long on here, y'all, but that's what I really wanted to come and deliver those messages. Basically, the biggest one being, one of grace and forgiveness. When you forgive, you are granting another person grace. And so use your power in that way. Okay. Use your power to grant other people grace. Okay. Because that's very empowering. Okay. To you and to the other person. It's healing for the world. You know what I'm saying? So, I challenge you to use your power in a different way if you've been using it to clear folks out of the way and cutting people off. And now, not saying that you don't need to do this cleansing and purging and cutting some things off and releasing. You definitely do. Okay. But what I'm saying is, like, that the shutting down that you do on the people that you love, during certain times, those things should be reopening. You know what I'm saying? You need those people that you love. You need those connections that are really real. Okay. And you need those to open back up. You need your heart chakra to be operating correctly. Okay. To manifest the things that you want. And a lot of times you'll shut that down because of the trauma of what you've been through, or you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, that causes you to shut down, move it for a minute. I need y'all to get up and continue moving. Okay. And so that's what this water is coming in here to do, is to shift that energy. Okay. To go ahead and close off and you know what I'm saying? To complete whatever it is that needs to be completed. But these completions are not like cycles. It's like a completion that is a cleansing. Okay. The final purge. So because I feel that you guys have been doing a great job as far as doing this work and getting through. I mean, we all have, so we shouldn't, don't ever be discouraged. You've been doing a great job of moving this energy around and receiving everything that you need to receive in order to change, in order to change into the butterfly that you're going to be. Okay. And so you've been doing everything that you need to do. It's just not an easy process, and so, but I can say this, that, the hardest part of the process, for most people, has already happened. Okay. And so this is just the fine tuning and, the realigning of, self with self. Okay. And so, thank you for the 2022, Phoenix Rising. I don't know why I didn't notice that, the first time I looked at that. I was kind of like in another state of mind when I looked at it the first time, but I really appreciate, the super chat. So yeah, y'all, don't want to be on here rambling, but I basically wanted to deliver that message of forgiveness for you to offer that. Okay, that we have to begin offering this in order to help shift these energies, and it is happening. Okay, so it was just a message that needed to be delivered, okay, in the midst of it already happening. Okay. So some people needed to be reminded, some people needed a nudge, because this is just literally, I would say, within the past 2 days, some people have gotten stuck. Like, say they were moving on just as, nicely, and everything was going well, and you vibrating nice and high, and then within the past 2 days, a lot of people have encountered this energy, okay, this moon energy, or whatever this energy is that's coming in. And I don't want you to see it as a negative thing. It's not. But for some people, it just feels like that because they're not used to processing such strong emotion. Okay, but remember what I told you, that emotion is energy in motion. So it's like a blasting of energy that's coming. Okay, but more like a wash. Okay, a wash. It's a very um, powerful cleanse. Okay, that's coming. So all you have to do is receive it. Okay, so a lot of you should probably take your baths at this time. If you've been planning to take a spiritual bath, do it during the moon. You know what I'm saying? Do your releasing, what I'm saying, at this time, what I'm saying, so that you can finish off whatever, let go of whatever you need to let go of, and then embrace whatever it is that you need to start integrating and embracing. Because the things that you're integrating and embracing is all new energy. Okay, the energy that's going to transform you. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to stop here. I'm not going to keep go too far. It is 5:27 a.m. Okay, and we all do also need our rest. Okay, so like I said, because I feel like the messages that I needed to give are for someone who is going to see the video later. They were also for you, but there's this very specific message, what I'm saying, for someone who isn't in here. Okay, so and not say I don't know who that person is, but you know who you are when you get this. Okay, so and you will comment under the video when you get it. Okay, so blessings on that. Let's receive all the blessings that may have come through here, all of the upgrades that may have come through here, all of the attunements that may have come through. Okay, and let us let go of anything that does not serve us, that is not conducive to the new us. Okay, and let us move forward in an energy of forgiveness. Okay, divine grace, understanding that forgiveness is the grace that you have to grant to other people. Okay, and so it's a magical transformation that you can offer if you want to let go of whatever it is that you're holding on to, that you would that would because in order to forgive, it requires you to let go. It's a simultaneous thing, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just a shifting of energy. You basically um holding your love hostage. Let it go, because when you let go, it's going to flow as what it is, as love. Okay, and that's all that's flowing all around us, and that's what's going to come through and heal all the situations. Okay, so if you want your situation to be healed, let go. Okay, and I'm talking on both sides of the situation, because we have unforgiveness of the other, and we also have unforgiveness of the self. Okay, so let us move forward in forgiveness, because that is coming with this water. This is a healing water. This is a healing energy that's coming. Okay, a healing moon, and it's a harvest moon. Okay, a harvest moon. So let us release and purge so that we can receive our harvest. Okay, and with that, I'm just going to bid you guys blessings, peace, and this healing energy. Okay, and I do hope that you guys have received it. I'll share.